You think?
Well, we already have like 2 listeners anyway. So, Manny, you should get the notification that we are going live right now. But we'll never be able to give takes like that again. Like, those are hot takes. So anyway,
we got a professional podcaster with us.
Yeah, award-winning podcaster. We just disgraced his name. This is like when you see one of your favorite wrestlers show up on one of the indie shows in like a high school gym. It's like, what happened to you? What happened to you?
That award again. They're gonna see this and be like, why did we give this award to him?
Give some back.
Alright, let's go to the end.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh,
check out the Marcus Manny show. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Couldn't be the main event of WrestleMania.
Alright, guys! Welcome to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. And normally I like to spend a lot with the formalities of the show, but we're going to jump right into it because this is the first time we've ever recorded this. First time ever. I'm Marcus Legret from
we haven't been talking for about 10 minutes.
No, it couldn't be. Yeah, so this is a brand new conversation for me. I'm Marcus the Grand Finale, and I'm joined by
Manny, hey.
Ho ho, welcome to the Untitled Show. We're also joined by award-winning podcaster Ross. How are you doing,
that
sir?
puts pressure on me, doesn't it? That's all the pressure piled on now. Hello. Yeah.
And notice, Americans, English people do have different accents.
Yeah.
Who's talking? Who's talking? Where is that coming from? Oh God! I see that Manny is not bald and proud though. Like we decided to display our bald heads. You got to put the Jets beanie on.
Cold and bald.
I don't know, man. 70 degrees over here, in sunny California. I'm just saying, it's amazing weather outside. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
It is 3 degrees Celsius.
Oh. I'm out. It's too cold to even talk to you guys. So, we're going to jump right into Monday Night Raw and talk about the beginning of Raw. Like, what were our thoughts before the show happened? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but breaking news, COVID exists in the WWE universe, and the WWE champion currently has it, and his name is Drew McIntyre. Also, Triple H was announced to be on this show very early on, and that the entire roster throughout the week will be affected by COVID-19. Ross, what are your thoughts? For the first time ever, I would like to hear your opinion. This whole breakout.
I can't wait for more Triple H appearances. I can't wait for more of his 3-minute matches throughout the week then. Well, hopefully one on NXT, one on SmackDown as well. Would be nice.
That would be nice. Triple H filtered all through the week.
Yeah, he's picking the ball up.
I would love a 5-star classic with Johnny Gargano and Triple H.
You never know, Manny. You never know. But yeah, I was more worried when I heard that Drew was out because I just thought, they're going to drop that title. He's going to be stripped of that, and it's going to be given straight to Goldberg, or just like made to be whoever wins the Rumble wins the title. And scared, very very scared. Thankfully, Drew from his hospital bed or wherever he was said he'll take Goldberg's fight at the Royal Rumble. So we got that to look forward to, boys, haven't we?
Yeah, I was worried. Yeah, like you said, it was like, what's going to be? Are they just going to hand this title to Bill Goldberg right now? Which everybody has already expressed their displeasure of Goldberg returning for the millionth time for his 2-minute matches twice a year or whatever he's doing, and them to just hand him the title, it seemed to add an added stress to my life, and I don't know what it was.
Added stress.
Yeah, like, you know what? Life would be great. Oh no, things are getting heavy right now. Oh no, they're going to give the title to Goldberg. No, I can't take it.
Like, what is he doing now?
As a wise person
Being
back
a
from work
mentor
has.
to his son.
No,
Didn't you
he's
do
here
that?
for work.
5
He
years
can
ago.
do that at home. He can do that at home. Manny, what were your thoughts? Drew being contracting COVID and the whole situation of WWE being a hotspot for the disease, and all the wrestling apparently, all Florida.
Well, I think we're going to see a lot of change happen in the next couple of weeks because I know Impact like to record months of content in advance, so that's obviously going to be hit. It'd be interesting to see what happens for NXT AEW, seeing as those two go head to head, and AEW is still doing their New Year's Bash 2 event. So it'll be interesting to see if that event is actually kind of ruined because of that. And then will SmackDown, even though it's been on its best run for a while, falter because of COVID now?
Roman Reigns decides to go home for another 6 months.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna happen.
This place is messy. I'm going home, guys.
Yeah, this is not clean. Unclean.
Yes. Him and Sammy both just be like, out. Daniel Bryan, out. Main event for Royal Rumble is Adam Pearce versus Jey Uso. Who saw this coming in the beginning?
Main event Uso.
Just because you call it doesn't mean I want it. I don't want it. With that being said, Impact is going to be the most affected because they were supposed to do their tapings this week, and they can't do it because apparently they got hit pretty hard by this. AEW should be okay this week because it's a tape show. They tape they take both smashes back to back. So they should be okay for this week, but it's the next week after. NXT, just throw Triple H out there again for 3-minute matches against everybody. Against Gargano, maybe against Priest. You beat Triple H, you get to go to the main roster. Or you can refuse to go to the main roster.
If that was the criteria?
Yeah. Well, it's Triple H versus Rhea Ripley. Well, I wonder what's going on here.
I'm not even gonna joke. I would want to see that.
Well, she is the tallest person on that roster, to be honest. Like,
Damien Priest was.
if he's still there. But I'm curious about the week of what we're going to get. But what we got tonight seemed like a show. You know how before every Raw, every news story, Raw seems to be in panic. Vince McMahon doesn't know it's on the script. They changed the script 40 times. This is the one time I felt it. I felt like they didn't even have a script. It was just like, just throw it out the window.
Well, the amount of times people did double duty tonight on that show, it was just like, it's evident they have been hit hard.
I just can just imagine like they had all the wrestlers that were there backstage in like a big pen, and they were just picking them out one by one. Right, you go and wrestle him, and then you go and wrestle her for 20 minutes, and then you do another match straight after. Completely random show.
Yeah, it was just like, who we got? None of the good ones, huh, Mandy? Why couldn't Nia be? Nia's okay.
Nia's here.
She's immune to everything. What is this?
Well, Nia's an anti-vaxxer as well, so.
I know, yeah, she is.
She probably injured a vaccine anyway. It's fine.
Like the doctor got hurt for injecting her in the vaccine. Like, I don't know, I stabbed myself.
Impenetrable. Just like when it was what was that really bad Superman movie?
I don't know, there's plenty of them.
All of them.
Superman
Returns or
4?
something like that. And they try and inject him with something, and then the needle just breaks.
I think he's like, what Superman movie? I'm like, there's a lot of them. The Quest for Peace, that was the worst one. I think that had Richard Pryor in there. Oh, God. Anyway. Moving on to Monday Night Raw, we start off with Triple H coming out there to pretend that he had an announcement of some guy. Because he never clarified why he was here. He came out to the ring and was like, it's good to be back, I'm Triple H. And then Randy Orton's music hit, and we never got what he was going to say. Randy's like, you're a bitch. You got your balls in your purse. Let's fight. We have nothing else scheduled tonight. All right, and Triple H is like, ugh. And it was like, see you later. Manny, I tossed it to you. What did you think of this opening segment?
I thought it was good, but then I completely forgot this happened before. this exact same promo in the past, and I was like, oh, you know, 1 a.m. Manny was a bit more lenient. Me being fully awake, I've seen this before. I don't really like this.
I really want you to stick with the moniker of 1 a.m. Manny. I feel like that's a nickname. Like, what is this? When you fuck with 1 a.m. Manny.
Dangerous guy, 1 a.m.
Don't fuck with 1 a.m. Manny.
He don't make correct decisions. He don't care about his own well-being. 1 a.m.
He's really grumpy. He's not asleep right now.
Randy Orton again.
Yeah. 1
I'd
a.m.
book
Manny.
that 15 times at 1 a.m. In a row. It'd be just 3 hours of Randy versus Triple H.
Their first feud was in 2005.
Oh, was that when Randy won the world title?
2005.
Wait, 2005? I didn't feel like it was that recent. I thought it was further back than that. I thought it was early 2000s.
It's when he beat he who should not be named.
Yeah, so Randy found the belt at SummerSlam and just walked out with it.
And Batista was like, doop. Oh, you're back. Back when Batista only could do a thumbs down. He didn't talk. He didn't have a movie career. Just, all I got is this, guys. This is all I got.
He was in a Bond film and he didn't talk in that. I'm sure.
No, he didn't talk really in that. He was Mr. Jinx in Spectre, if you want to know.
Good actor.
He's actually solid. Yeah. He was really good in Blade Runner 2049, the movie that I think I'm the only person on the planet to have seen. I feel like that. When I walk around, I was like, you see Blade Runner 2049? They made another Blade Runner? They remake everything. But, Ross, what were your thoughts on this 2002 setup? Or did I ask this already? I can't remember if that was the first show or is it still over? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. Do I need a reason why Triple H is there? He's back. It's great. It's his company, essentially. So, yeah, he can be wherever he wants and do what he wants. But I don't know why Randy came out. I know the Fiend's not there, but shouldn't he be going after... I suppose Drew's not there either. Yeah, fair enough. It's great.
He was like, I'm free tonight, too. He's like, I burnt my enemy alive. His girlfriend tried to burn herself alive. I thought I was going to set her on fire. I didn't do it. Drew's gone. I can't go for the title. I got shit else to do.
What can I do?
It's not Legends Night, so I can't just verbally abuse anybody. Oh, Triple H is a legend. I'm going after him.
You know, of all his abusing, the one he did on Mark Henry was by far the funniest and saddest at the same time.
Because he was so crippled. He was crippled.
If Eric doesn't return to the podcast on that scooter, I will be furious.
Also, if you guys want to know if I was ignoring the chat or not, I was, because I didn't have the chat window open at all, apparently. Wow. So, yep. So if you are chatting, hello everybody. Moving on to segment number 2 of the night, in which I didn't take notes of the show because I was so frustrated with, but I'm going to go off to my memory, and I believe it was the Elias Jeff Hardy match, right?
No, you skipped out Charlotte versus Lacey Evans.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Marcus, come on.
Oh my god, I can't believe I was so in full like hate mode that I was like, let's get into the Jeff Hardy. Yeah, so Charlotte is interviewed in the back by someone that isn't Charlie Caruso, which immediately makes me think, damn, Charlie Caruso is sick too. Damn it, she's not gonna be on First Take this week. Oh,
no, Charlie hovers around the backstage area. This one seems to just lurk around, just as they go lurk around Gorilla.
Yeah, so she's there. Charlotte's like, I sent my dad home. I told him he's on timeout. He's gonna stay there. And he is not here tonight. I guarantee you he's not here tonight. There's like 7 people here tonight, and he can't be one of them. He's not here.
He's surely high risk. What is he doing there?
Yeah, he's like 70-something. What would he be doing here? Anyway, Charlotte goes to the ring. Lacey gets interviewed, and she's like, yeah, you know, your daddy is, you know, someone I'm going to call daddy for now on. And I don't honestly know what she said in general, but I was like, shut up, Lacey. Get to the ring. That was my response.
I do feel a little bit bad for Lacey. Like, all the stories she's been involved in that have been like good for her career have involved her being like a shitty human being. Like when she was trying to wedge in between Seth and Becky.
Oh yes.
And then this. But let's not forget Bailey making fun of her kid the whole time, because that was great.
She's a natural heel though, and she is a heel on screen. But then Charlotte's playing a heel as well.
I think so.
Is she? Was she a face? Charlotte's never a face.
No, it's hard to tell with both her and Sasha Banks, because they can't do face properly.
They're both natural heels, aren't they?
Yeah, she when Charlotte came back, I think she was a face. That one night she was with Asuka.
Yeah.
And then literally the next Monday when Ric Flair's in her corner, I don't know, she's like tripping. She's like cussing about like, "You're a piece of shit, Dad. Get in the back."
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that took a week before she decided to turn heel. So Charlotte, I'm assuming, I'm going to say it right now. Charlotte right now is a heel. I'm going to say it. She's still a heel. It's just that Lacey Evans is more of a heel.
I don't know. When you're telling an old person to go home just to go home, knowing full well there's a pandemic going on, I feel like she's still playing off her face.
She might look out for him, isn't she?
The man nearly died.
He did have a heart attack. He nearly died. 71. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Keeping him home seems like the best option. But what also went through my mind was the missing tag team partner, Pei from Lacey Evans this week. And I feel like Pei may have got COVID because, yes, Lacey Evans is going after Charlotte's dad, but Pei is the one that got the pin last week. It should be Peyton Royce versus Charlotte.
This was after the advances of Lacey Evans. So basically, I know Rick basically has acted out because he was cock-blocked by Charlotte.
Very flaccid cock-blocked, if you want to ask me. We haven't even jumped into the match or anything. It's just stuck at the relationship.
I like Charlotte's line when Charlotte said that Lacey Evans is not the first woman to hit on Rick in front of her. Yeah, I imagine that's happened quite a lot to Ric Flair.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. What a tough childhood.
19 marriages.
Yeah, what a tough childhood. To be like, who's this one? I forget her name. Is this Chrissy? Terry? I don't know.
Just call her mom.
Just call her mom, alright? So we go to the match. They're doing a bunch of stuff. It seems like this match went on and on. Ric Flair comes out the halfway point, talk about, I'm not going anywhere. Him and Lacey are a thing now. He holds Charlotte's foot under the rope, and she can't kick out, and Lacey gets the victory over Charlotte. By the way, Asuka is nowhere to be seen, so I'm assuming she's sick and dying as well. So, that's what was going through my mind. And, so Lacey gets the win over Charlotte. And, I'm okay with all of this, to be honest. I know I'm going to be critical of this, but Lacey and Flair together makes sense for me. Ross, how you feel?
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with that. I don't mind that. I'm sick of seeing Rick and Charlotte together and all the times they've been together and all the things he does with her. So, yeah, sticking with Lacey Evans. It makes sense. She looks pretty much the same as Charlotte anyway, so Rick won't even notice, maybe.
Yeah.
Charlotte... The only problem with this match is that Lacey Evans is so far behind where Charlotte is that it just looked like it was just really slow. The whole thing was in slow motion. Like Charlotte was waiting for Lacey to get up to her level, and she's not going to get there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seemed like she was like I would say it was a speed issue or something. It just seemed like they were just talking over the moves. Like it was like we're going to this move, into this move, into this. Like it's like they couldn't. It didn't seem natural. Manny, how'd you feel about the overall match and the whole thing?
I think the match is alright. I think it's still very obvious that Lacey Evans is still kind of new to this, and it'll take time for her to get better. And hopefully, like the end game of this is working with Charlotte for a few weeks or months, depending on how long this program is, will benefit her.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you guys feel this is going to lead to? I know NXT is doing the Women's Dusty Rhodes Classic. Does this storyline bleed into that, or is it something that's just going to be exclusively on Raw?
I presume. Sorry, Ross. That the winners of the Dusty Classic for the women are going to end up facing the tag team champions.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree. That's basically what I was going to say.
Yep.
And as Chris alluded into the chat, the Iconics may be making a return.
Oh, Iconic! You know, I really would hope so. It really would be nice. Also, El Luchador says Charlotte is overrated as fuck. I disagree. I feel like she should be where she's at. She's underappreciated because of her last name. If you didn't know her last name was Flair, people would be like, you know what, she's really good, and Charlotte deserves better. I'm sure they would never say that, ever. But moving on. Is this the Jeff Hardy, Elias, and Jackson Riker segment?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Why? Why did this happen? I never asked for this. For Jeff Hardy versus Jackson Riker, Gunner, whatever he calls himself. Yeah. I get it. It's a roll-up victory. Then Jeff Hardy's like, I'm going to fight you, Elias. And then he beats Elias. And this seemed to just be something that was here. And it felt like filler. And I was like, I did not need this. But it happened on Monday Night Raw. Ross, how did you feel about this segment and everything about it?
A complete waste of time. I don't get why Elias would hire a bodyguard that's smaller than him to start with. Not by much, but he is smaller. Seems pointless. Go the AJ route, do the other way around, get a big bodyguard. But
all right, Mr. 6'7".
I could be Diesel stood in the corner. Why is Hardy dealing with these boys? Just he should be above this. And
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like Elias, and yeah, Jeff deserves better. Jeff could have fought Randy again. He should be pissed about Randy sticking his fingers in his ears the other week. So he should be wanting revenge for that.
Manny, how did you feel about the use of the Elias and all this?
I thought this was done in their little musical battle street fight, whatever they had a few weeks ago, where Elias got electrocuted and then Jeff nearly killed himself on the stairs. I thought this was done. I thought that was the end. I thought that was the closing of the chapter, closing of the book. No, it continues, and it's making me more angry. The fact that not only did we get a Jeff Hardy versus Riker match, we then got Jeff Hardy versus Elias. It was so unnecessary.
Like, I understand where they're at with the filler, but this was the first of the double matches that we were getting. And, you know, when I originally watched this, you know, I was going like, this is what they had to do. They had to do what they had to do. This is what they have. But I just felt there was better ways to do this. Just a better way. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Just, I don't have a solution, but we could just, I didn't need this. It was there, and it was frustrating.
Yeah, it was a waste of time. Show a match from 20 years ago. Just put someone else on. Because this was a waste of time.
Yeah. They couldn't find a local jobber that was COVID-free just to give Riker and Elias... Like, you have Elias talk for a bit, do what he does, sing a song, uninterrupted. You have some random jobber get in there. He fights Riker. They talk some more. And I would have rather seen that than getting a random Jeff Hardy versus Elias/Riker match.
You got about 10 men in Retribution. Surely one of them could have faced Jeff Hardy or Elias. Like,
yeah.
What are they all doing?
Yeah, just 90% of them aren't doing anything. Give Slapjack a match tonight.
T-Bar got one. Let Slapjack have one.
Yeah. Dio-Man could just stand there, Slapjack, Dio-Man against Elias and Riker. We could have been settled with that. There's 40 members of Retribution, and apparently none of them got COVID. Moving on to the next double match of the night. Wait, I don't know if I have it in order. This is the Sheamus and Keith Lee, right?
Yeah, Sheamus, Keith Lee versus Miz and Morrison.
Yeah, Sheamus, Keith Lee versus Miz and Morrison after Miz and Morrison asked for this match in the back because they felt the tension between Sheamus and Keith Lee, and they felt this is the one time they can one-up them. I didn't buy that this would be why they would challenge them ever. Like, I don't see their benefit whatsoever of challenging them. Manny, I'll go to you on this way to talk about. Let's challenge them.
Do you know what? I don't understand who writes for The Miz. Because whoever writes for The Miz is so bad.
I think it's the Miz. I feel like the Miz has control over his own life.
Everything he says is ridiculous. Doesn't make sense half the time. This is where someone hits me with a correct.
No.
And then
there was some Uso shit this week.
Me. It annoys me because he should be further up the card doing something of relevance, but he's not.
So should Morrison. They both should be, but as singles guys, they don't need to be together at this point, do they?
No,
Yeah.
but I'm waiting for the Fiend to come back to wreck Miz's life once
Yeah,
again.
that's all you want. I'm okay with them being together, but if they're going to be together, at least give them the tag team titles and give them some type of relevancy, because they just go around. And I actually enjoyed their little, I guess their bit. They were very Uso-y in their promo, in which he was finishing Morrison was finishing Miz's synthesis of some kind, and I liked it, but I just didn't understand why they're fighting Keith Lee and Sheamus other than to give them a double match, basically. But in this match, in the original match, oh, go ahead, Ross. Sorry. You can talk.
No, that's basically it. This whole tag match was just to set up another match between two guys in a tag match later on. It's just done without it. Just give Keith Lee versus Sheamus half an hour. Fine. Don't need this other match as well.
Do you think that Keith Lee could have survived that half hour? I'm questioning the man's condition. I'm going to question this man's condition. Like, I don't know if he could have survived. I think Sheamus would have been okay, but even Sheamus looked very winded after their match with Keith Lee. Like, he looked like he was blowing up. Like, just has been a lot of...
was bright pink.
Yeah.
I feel like Sheamus has got better cardio than Keith Lee.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure. That's fair. Interesting thing in this match happened, and I want you guys tell me, do you think this was intentional or unintentional? Was it just something to lead in the break? Morrison thrown into the turnbuckle. Keith Lee does, I guess, a splash or some kind. The top turnbuckle detaches, and they go to commercial. Ross, intentional or unintentional?
I think it might have been intentional because Sheamus just started to laugh almost that it happened. I think if he knew about it, he would have been more like playing his character. But yeah, he almost started to break character for a little bit and had a little giggle to himself. So yeah, I think maybe it was unintentional.
Manny, intentional, unintentional?
Intentional. I'm sure they meant that. Like, I've seen Keith Lee hit a turnbuckle numerous times. There's no way in hell he just runs into one, it falls apart, unless they're trying to allude to he's too fat now and has to go to fat. That's the reason why it happened.
That's why he's got 2 matches as well. Yeah.
Get in shape. Come on. Get in shape. We're giving you 2 matches.
Breaker.
And later in the show, I know I fast forward when he goes to Triple H. I'm thinking he's like, I want him to go, please get me the fuck out of here. That's what I kind of want. Just get me the fuck out, man.
I don't believe he is that soft-spoken to Triple H. The way he talks to him like that. If he started talking to me like that, get the fuck out of here, man.
What if he is, though? Like, I'm interested to have a real conversation with Keith Lee to see what he really talks like. Because the way he talks on TV just seems like, I'm like, man, just fuck off. I'll come back in an hour when you get to your point. I'm going to say it was an intentional as well thing, just to get to the commercial break. They had no real plan. It's just like, we haven't did this before. Unless they were trying to sell me, in which they had like they said, a skeleton crew. They didn't say it on the air, but they had a really skeleton crew of people, and the normal ring people were not there. It was like one guy who did a very mediocre job on the turbo. It was like, ass never breaks. I don't have to tighten it that much. But they didn't sell me on that. So, you never know. So this leads into Keith Lee versus Sheamus. Before the commercial break, they are hugging and, enjoying each other's company. A little too much if I'm saying so on TV. But whatever. They were enjoying each other's company. And then they go to commercial, we come back. They hate each other to death. Like, they wanted to kill each other. It was that turnaround. It was like, I'm in love with you. Turn it around. I hate your guts. And tonight we die.
He hugged him a bit too hard. That's what happened. He hugged him a bit too hard.
Give him a special hug.
He didn't like that meat on meat. It was too much meat on meat. To quote Big E. Ross, how did you feel about this transition of hugging to fighting to hugging again after the match?
I don't understand it at all. They made quite a good tag team. I quite like them. And if they're friends, like two big guys that could have run through this tag division and been the new champions and like put some kind of respect on those belts. But yeah, suddenly they're just fighting again. But the match ended with
you're
them
telling me you haven't seen that?
Yeah.
I've seen that so many times just in a pub.
Yeah, true. That normally happens a lot. But yeah, they have this match. Maybe it's kind of they're trying to get respect out of each other because they kind of had a hug after the match, didn't they, as well? After the solo match.
It was very Sheamus and Cesaro from the bar forming with Mick Foley kind of vibe. Manny, what are your thoughts on the hugging, fighting, hugging? Giant best friends
I tolerate it only if I finally get Sheamus to turn on Drew McIntyre later when he returns from COVID, because this is basically what it's leading to, and it's going to be funny.
Well, I was hoping for one in the middle of this match, someone jumps off the apron. I feel like we haven't had my partner is about to make the tag and then I jump off the apron kind of moment in a long time. The turns are kind of gradual. I like to, give me the hot tag, psych! I'm jumping off the apron. And then he announces with the outrage, what the hell? What the hell? I would prefer that. And then he has to come back out and have the match with Sheamus or whatnot. Or vice versa. But I guess they didn't want to go that route. But my real theory is that Sheamus and Keith Lee messed up the first ending of this match. In which the ending was, I believe Keith Lee was going for the pin or something, and Sheamus tagged himself in. I don't know. It's vice versa, whichever way. And the person was like, they get the pin, they get the win. And then I thought there should have been dissension. They're supposed to push each other there. But I think they went to the second ending first, in which they're hugging it out, which led to confusion. And then
the same as last week with Goldberg reading the wrong script to Drew rather than Randy.
You're disrespecting everybody. I can't believe the way you talked to Mark Henry. And I can't believe you sat down. No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. You're just hearing you're getting some bad information. You're getting bad information, and you're trying to fight me because you want a title shot. Let's be honest.
Just be upfront about it, Goldberg. Come on.
Just go for it. Don't make shit up. But yeah, so I just feel like they just messed up the ending, and then the hug was just going to be on the second one, to be honest.
Yeah, that made more sense, definitely. But the announcers all night did an absolute terrible job. They really shit the bed. They could have done a great job of like filling us in with some stuff that happens, but no.
No.
They didn't care at all, did they?
They didn't do anything to help this out at all. Like, it was just like, we're coming back with commercial break, and now we have a match with Keith Lee and Sheamus. And I'm like, wait, why? Can we get a replay? Normally, on a WWE product, you got doing the commercial break. We didn't get none of that. It was just...
Oh, speaking of replays, I can't have Keith Lee in slow motion ever again. Too many things were moving for me. They never show him in slow motion ever again.
Jiggling, man.
That shows the power of slow motion. I always like the fat man in slow motion. You get all the jiggles.
He's the big jiggle.
You get physics 101. Like, that's what you get out of that. So I'm gonna move ahead on the show and talk about Xavier Woods walking up by himself to fight. God, I forgot who he was even wrestling.
T-Bar.
He fought T-Bar. He fought T-Bar and Retribution on the outside, cheering their man on. Really rooting for him. And he got his ass whooped. Happy for T-Bar and Retribution to get this little win. Since they have nothing else going for them. But, it was a really dark day seeing Woods walk up by himself. I don't think I've seen this. Him walk up by himself since he was Creed in TNA. Manny, how'd you feel about this?
If he didn't have the unit, he probably would be fired by now. Just the look of that man walking out by himself, like, this man could be fired. I was surprised he had been under contract for this long.
Like, you'd think he already moved on to G4 and was already hosting. Like, this is his new life.
T-Bar hit him with an incredible clothesline.
Yep.
I thought he straight killed him.
The misuse of T-Bar Like, T-Bar could be doing so much more, to be honest. And I know I'm calling him T-Bar, and I'd rather for him to be Dijakovic, even though as difficult as that is to say, I would rather for him to be that than T-Bar. I miss Dijakovic, and I missed him in this match. Ross, how did you feel about this?
I mean, it's fine. It's good to see one of them get a win. The new name for his finisher is the Eyes Wide Shut. Did anyone catch that? That was
good.
Why they're referencing that movie is a weird one, but they wore masks, I suppose, in that movie. So there you go. That's probably the link.
They're into weird sex parties. That's how they. How do we get our retribution? Sex parties and Tom Cruise.
But yeah, it's weird seeing Woods on his own. Like Kofi on his own, fine. Big E on his own, fine. Woods on his own, no, it's not right.
By the way, this also reminded me, if they had to beat up Woods, Ricochet must have been sick as well. Because this is his storyline. Yep. Do we have any other black guys to go out to Retribution? Please.
The rest of the Hurt Business weren't around either.
Nope.
It was just MVP and Lashley.
Yep. And that's when I was like, Cedric got it. That means Big Swole got it. Which is a whole connection of how wrestling got. Like, I was thinking of all the people that are connected. Adam Cole and Britt Baker. Just everything that went around. Just ruined wrestling for everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. Moving on. I believe Triple H is in the back and he accepts the challenge. The entire time I'm wondering, I was like, does he have his ring gear? Because if he brought his ring gear, he was here for a fight. But, you know, later on he proved to me wrong. He didn't have it.
That's some jeans, though.
He did. He was ready. He was like, why did he just goes like, give me your jeans. Give me your jeans. I need to fight tonight. Street fight.
Definitely took more someone from Retribution.
Yeah, and then he somehow sourced the leather jacket.
Yeah.
Hey, when you got money like that, you can get a leather jacket. Just give me your leather jacket. Give me those jeans. God, I need a Motorhead t-shirt. I'm not wrestling with my shirt off. I need a Motorhead shirt. And would somebody please give me my favorite brand of water so I can spit it out? Please. Jeez.
He either loves or hates that water. I can't decide.
Fuck hydration!
He's an anti-hydrator.
Imagine being a kid in a drought and you see somebody doing that to the water. This really hurts. This really hurts. He's just spitting it. Yeah, piece of shit. You're ruining it.
This is why he's the most hated man in Africa.
Moving on to the night, we get another double match. I believe. I don't know if this. Whatever. I might go out of order. We get Riddle and Bobby Lashley for the United States title. Riddle gets his ass whooped, basically.
Big time.
Only to get up and go, MVP, I can whoop your ass. And proceeds to fight MVP, who's in some very nice dress shoes wrestling the match, to only get his ass whooped again. So, that was that. That was another double match. Then we get, I'm just throwing out matches because this whole show was filler, to be honest. Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke team together to take on Shayna and Nia. They have this tag match.
No, Marcus, say their real names.
Wait, who's...
Timon and Pumbaa.
Oh. I was like, whose names did I mess up? Who did I mess up? Jeez. Yeah, this happens. And nothing comes of it. They teased the breakup of Nia and Shayna after doing the exact same finish that Keith Lee and Sheamus just did when someone tagged the person in. And I was like, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. It's the same thing. Fat guy upset that somebody's taking their pin. Yeah. So moving on to a match that mattered. Adam Pearce is in the back. Or AJ Styles is appearing to talk to Adam Pearce. Drew Gulak goes like, put me in the Rumble, man. And Adam Pearce is like, no, we don't do that around here. Which is a lie. Because everybody has declared themselves to be in the Royal Rumble.
Lie. Yeah.
If Drew Gulak was black, I would play the race card on this one. But he's not.
I'm in the Rumble. I've announced myself for it.
Yeah.
Drew, sort out.
Yeah. No, we're out. We have no more spots for you. If you beat AJ Styles, not to take his spot, I give you an available spot that we're reserving for better talent or a surprise. But if you beat him, you get it. Like, none of this makes sense. We have limited spots, but I'll give you the spot if you beat AJ Styles. Who's that spot for?
Well, so you see, Marcus, Adam Pearce is clearly in fight mode. His mind's not there. So, making bad decisions tonight.
At this point, Almost was not on the screen, and I went, oh, he's sick. He's sick, too. He's sick. And then he walks on late, and I go, thank God. I don't think he would have survived it. I don't think he could survive it. Don't have this man enter my life just to get sick from COVID. That'd be terrible. They go have the match, and it's not... And honestly, I believe we said this in our pre-recorded segment, and Ross brought up, just let Drew... They could have let Drew Gulak and AJ Styles go like for an hour or something, a half hour to fill that spot, right? That could have been easy, right, Ross?
Definitely, those two could have genuinely put on a match of the year candidate because they're two fantastic wrestlers. But no, this went 3.5 minutes.
You never, ever get a match of the year candidate on a Raw show.
Well, no, I'm just like AJ Styles is there, so there's always a possibility. But yeah, if they're going to give him 3 minutes to do something, then what is the point? They were rushing to get to the Shayna and Nia segment. Clearly,
they could have cut some of these matches up. They could have cut the Woods T-Bar match. They could have cut the tag match with Shayna and
I kind of like the Woods T-Bar match.
They could have cut it. It didn't mean nothing in the biggest thing.
They could have cut from Jeff Hardy.
They could have cut one of Jeff's two matches, one of Riddle's two matches, one of Sheamus and Dean's two matches.
Several double matches they could have cut just to give AJ and Drew Gulak some more time. They did it on SmackDown for that time. They could just do it again. They could have a solid match, and they got 3 minutes. The only match on the card that I was really looking forward to that I didn't know was on the card was this match. And when they had it, I was like, these guys are going to go all the way up until the main event tonight because there's nothing else here. There's nothing. Nope.
So now what, Gulak's not in the Rumble, or is he going to just keep trying to have the fight matches against people much better than him to get in the spot?
Well, now, I don't know, but now when I look at the Rumble, I'm going to look and say, so this guy's better than Drew Gulak, huh? Like, that's what you're going to get. And when you see, like, Tucker...
Slapjack's in there.
Tucker and Slapjack into the Rumble, and Drew Gulak couldn't get in. And you go like,
Where is Tucker?
No one has ever asked that, Manny. Don't do that.
He had a big match a few weeks back. Disappeared instantly.
He made the biggest mistake ever. Turned it on Otis. So anyway, that goes.
I just got a text from Dakota Kai. No one's found her yet either.
She's still in the locker. Damn it. They're gonna have to go. They're gonna be looking for talent this week. I'm sure she's gonna get found because we have no one healthy. Dakota Kai was quarantined in this locker, so we can save her. We're gonna have to go an hour tonight. You, Xia Li, and I don't know, Casey Catanzaro have to go an hour tonight. Fill the time. Fill the minutes. So, all this happens. We get to the main event. It's Triple H versus Randy Orton with no referee in the ring. You know how I should have known this wasn't a real match? Because we didn't get the Triple H promo when he looked into the camera and said, oh yeah, Randy, it's no DQ. Nope, we didn't get that. There was no ref. Triple H was in his t-shirt. Randy Orton came out in full wrestling gear. They have the match. Well, it's not really a match. They're just punching each other. There's a slam on a table. And then a sledgehammer is lit on fire.
Out of nowhere.
Yep, out of nowhere. Alexa Bliss appears in the ring, looks at Randy Orton, and goes, "Yo, go fire."
Exactly what I thought.
And that was the end of Raw. Manny, what did you think of this last segment?
Well, it's clear to see the 5 greatest rappers of all time that spit hot fire are not only just Dylan anymore. But I want to know where Triple H got his sledgehammer on fire.
Probably would have smelt that, covered in gasoline.
Yeah. Well, adrenaline was in his. He was just thinking of balance at this point. I'm thinking revenge, and then he was just like, ah! And then he was erased from the universe. I honestly need them to. I don't know if NXT is happening this week because he was erased from the universe on Monday Night Raw.
She's in the nether now somewhere.
Ross, what are your thoughts on the flaming hammer and the flames? You know?
I like the theatrical stuff. What I watch Raw for at the minute is the Alexa Bliss and Fiend, that sort of the quick cuts and all that sort of stuff. It's great. The match itself was terrible, it was pointless and a waste of time. But literally the day before this, I watched. It was on Twitter. It was Hulk Hogan trying to do the fireball to the Warrior in WCW, and an absolute shit show. So Alexa, at least she's better than Hogan at throwing fireballs.
I love the fireball spots, and I don't know why. It's always impressive. Like what you talking about Hogan failing with Warrior? It's probably the greatest fail in the history of fails.
Super.
It's great because he's really trying.
Warrior just stands there.
Yeah, then he really tried. And then it happens, and then Warrior's like, "What do I do? I guess I just step on Hulk Hogan." It's just so great. You have Decane shooting fire from his fingertip into Chyna's eye. I remember that fire spot. You have recently Keith Lee opening a book from Scarlet.
I felt like that was the best one because I didn't expect that one to happen.
No one was expecting that.
No, because she plays it right, and this one is my favorite. I think because it actually made me jump because it looked like she shot him, and I was like, "Get it done!"
Especially when she was standing, it was like,
yeah. To me, it made me flinch, and I went, "Oh!" And that's why I really like that spot in the show. But I like to say I like the two things we didn't leave in 2020. One, eye spots. The eye spot will continue in 2020. Randy Orton is apparently blind, and he will not have eyes. So therefore, the eyes will continue into 2021. 2020 was a good year for the eye attack. 2021,
I don't feel like Alexa
double
got
down.
him nearly as much as he got the Fiend.
Not really possible, is it? Like, so,
You can still
if
smell the
if
Fiend
he
in
comes
the
out of
ring.
my brows next week, I'm gonna be furious.
And
Better
hair.
shave than my brows.
And hair.
Well, yeah.
He better be just fully taped up, like just like, oh, I can't even feel my
That's
face.
probably one of the fun. That would be one of the funniest spots ever if he just came in full facial bandages.
I am a monster.
Sunglasses on top of the bandages.
I would love it. I would love it. Just full, like, I don't know if I'll ever see it again. Full bandaged up. He looks like the Invisible Man. Just be amazing. Just walks around in a trench coat and a top hat. It doesn't even have to be Randy Orton. It could just be somebody else that you say that is Randy Orton.
They should get loads of people to do it, like of various sizes. Have Hornswoggle there doing it. Have Omos doing it as well.
Keep giving wrestlers payday. Support your indie wrestler. They could be Randy Orton for a day. Bandages. And then, the big match, he has the big reveal of taking it off and it's actually him. Or he does a switch and it's not him, and you're like, who's that? And then he comes with the RKO out of nowhere. It writes itself.
They can take it off and it's the Fiend.
Yeah. Oh! Ooh! Ooh!
There you go.
There you go.
Doesn't work at all, but it'd be great.
Well, you say that, but like if we did that on the show, somehow it get views. Like just me joking around interviewing Marcus as the Fiend.
Most views ever for no reason.
If you haven't watched that, go and watch that.
It's stupid. But it's necessary. It is necessary to find out where the Fiend has been since he was set on fire.
Totally ad-libbed that.
Randomly on the show. Hit record. Alright. Oh, I have a mask on. So yeah. Oh, also, this now gives me a new fear of white women, guys. White blonde women. Apparently he knows voodoo and they can throw fire.
Already?
No. They always have this inviting nature to you that you be like, oh, it's a white woman. I can go to her. I'm afraid when they call the police and you run away. Now they got fire. Scarlet and Alexa Bliss can now do voodoo, and it's terrifying. It's
once you were at retail, you are afraid of all of them. Don't trust none of them.
Watch out for the Karens, guys. They got fire.
Yeah. Yeah, back in fire in the handbag.
Yeah, I'd like to return this. Oh no! Oh, what the fuck?
I had a Karen that was also vegan once that come up to me in the store once. I pretty much lost my temper. I had to be pulled away.
I had one guy asked me for non-alcoholic cider. And when I suggested apple juice, he went mad at me.
Oh man. Well, that was Monday Night Raw, man. It was the show that shouldn't have probably happened. It was one of those shows where you think, there's other solutions to this. You can do your show with minimal roster. Just show me old shit. If you got to do it, just show me old clips of stuff. Like, they did it when they first went to the pandemic. It's like, we're going to cut to this random match from like 5 years ago. Enjoy it. I wouldn't mind having that. It was like, take a look at some of Drew McIntyre's greatest matches. Or check out Kyle O'Reilly and Finn from last Wednesday. I think everybody should check it out. Or something like that. Or tune in to AEW. Here's AEW. Here's being elite in the middle of the Raw. Let's just do something. Okay? We don't have the manpower tonight. Yeah. We have no manpower tonight. Oh. So my overall thought, this Raw was shit, and it was just 2 hours and 50 minutes of nothing, just for 10 minutes of Triple H and fire. Manny, what are your thoughts on it? Or Ross?
The last time Triple H was on TV was that SmackDown, wasn't it? Where he would just shithousing it up all the way through it. Where he drew on Michael Cole's beard.
Oh yeah.
Playing around with the camera. And that
was the start of lockdown, basically, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a good episode of SmackDown.
Yeah.
This is the
I
sequel.
feel like they should have used Triple H in that sense rather than have him involved in this thing with Randy, because like now I think you've got to have him back. It's not like you can just not have him in the picture now.
Yeah. Ross, what are your thoughts on Triple H edition of Monday Night Raw?
Oh, well, I'm delighted to make my debut on the show, talk about this episode of Raw. It was it can only get better, surely.
When Manny told me, hey, Ross is going to come over and do the Tuesday show, I was like, the Raw show? Oh, God, I really hope something happens. That's good. Because it's always I'm like, it's the Raw show. Like, on Wednesday, you're bound to get something. Like, whether you enjoy it or hate it, AEW and NXT gives you something each week. To just be like, wow, this is why I'm a wrestling fan. This Raw was like, okay, we got 10 minutes of theatrics at the end, but 3 hours of nonsense. If college football, I wouldn't have turned. I'm not lying to myself. I wouldn't have turned to college football. I wouldn't have. But that's where we were at. It was an abomination of a show that no one seems to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they gave it a B in the mid-card mess. I thought that was at least a C-worthy show.
That's generous as well.
It was very generous. I went, no. There was no structure to this. You have more than one double match on your show. There's no way it can be a good show. This is like the double McGum of the Monday Night Raw edition. Like they had to do it twice. So nice we did it twice, and they weren't even good matches. It wasn't like it was like, oh, you see Drew Gulak and AJ Styles fighting. AJ Styles wants to redo that again. This is great. They doubled that one up and gave them 6 minutes instead of the 3 they got. And 2 of those minutes of the 3 minutes of AJ and Drew Gulak was Drew Gulak still there almost his foot. Which didn't make any sense. Jesus Christ. Yep, that was
I tell you what made me more annoyed about yesterday. I watched Being the Elite yesterday. A good maybe 15 to 20 minutes of that was about Matt Hardy. And his new character, Big Money Matt.
So BMM. Nah, I don't need that. I don't need Matt Hardy in 2021. They didn't need him in 2020. They didn't need him in 2019. Once he did the final deletion, that should have been the end. Broken Matt Hardy was the end. The first run. That was the end.
He fought a kangaroo. That's the highlight. He just retired.
Yeah, you don't go up to the pinnacle of fighting a kangaroo. Now you just have the rest of your career to live by. Did it to So does anybody have any closing thoughts? I throw to Ross. You have anything? Award-winning podcaster Ross, who came back out of retirement. No, you're not probably wasn't retired, but just for this Raw show.
Yeah, what a waste of time that was, eh? 3 hours of my life I'm not getting back.
Where are you gonna watch it anyway?
I was going to watch, what I normally watch is the YouTube clips of like 3 minutes of Raw, but that was basically all the matches put together anyway, so I just had to watch the rest of the shit in between it.
Because that's what I used to do. I think I used to watch the Raw highlights from the WWE YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's where I'll get
Or people do some channels have these highlight videos where you can get down 3 hours of Raw into like half an hour.
Nice.
Deal, that does.
That is nice. Another recommendation for that is Hulu Raw. It is the best version of Raw. It is just the stuff you want to see, and the stuff you can tell the stuff they didn't really want on the show. It's like Mr. McMahon would look at it and be like, well, I need to fill this spot. All right, it's like Hulu Raw honestly gets the intake. They don't want that in. They don't want that in. All right, Triple H is here. Cool. All right, we're throw Riddle and Lashley in there. Cool. We get to the main event. Cool. End of the show. 20-minute show. Like,
Perfect.
it's like, this is an amazing Raw. Like, I didn't even like, it's an hour, 20 minutes maybe. Sometimes less. And it's just a nice addition to like, I'm watching Raw. No bullshit. Just no bullshit in there. It's just, this is wrestling, guys. This is what we want. The other hour and a half that we put on TV, all for TV. All for money. So, I guess we'll wrap this show up. I got nothing else to say. Unless anybody has anything else to say? Anything?
How was your return to the Sharpshooters network, Ross?
Oh, good, mate, yeah. You two are great fun to talk to. The live stream guys are really fun to read their comments as well. And yeah, I've listened and watched you guys for the years.
I've ignored what Chris last said because that was disturbing in itself. Does anyone smell their earwax after cleaning their ears?
No. I feel like that's an Al Bundy thing.
Oh, but yeah, it's been good. I listened to you guys all along, so it's good to be back on the show.
Oh, nice. Glad to have you back.
So we've got Ross back, and Ross is also going to be covering for us a lot. we presume, if he's free. But would you like to come on with us next week? Not next week. This Thursday, if you're not doing anything.
Well, I'm sure I can manage that, mate. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, which means you have to watch AEW, which I've heard in taping number 1 that you've never
seen. AEW virgin.
He's never seen the Dynamite.
Never watched a single second of AEW. No idea. Well, I know who Kenny Omega is, but I've never seen him wrestle. Apparently, he's the best in the world. We're going to find out, aren't we?
We'll find out on a show he's not even on. I'm sure he's not even on this next show.
Oh, that's a real problem.
Let's see if he's not the best in the world. You know, John Cena, who used to go on TV and say, "You can't see me," but this Kenny Omega guy, you literally couldn't see him.
Actually invisible.
Not the best. Yeah, he's not. He's like Randy Orton after being burned, the Invisible Man. He can't see him anymore. Oh man!
Eric telling me it's not worth it.
We give AEW a hard time, but then they bring it on themselves a lot of the time.
Okay.
The best way to watch AEW is every rule that you've ever learned in any wrestling show you ever watched, just throw it out the window because they're not going to follow it.
Yeah, they practically yeeted the rule book out.
They're going to do a count out. Imagine somebody's like, well, they should be counted out for that one, right? They've been out the ring for 30 minutes.
Marcus, let's just throw some things at Ross first while we've got him here. So, Ross, regular tag team rules.
Yeah.
How many seconds does a normal person have once they've made a tag to get out of the ring?
5.
Apparently in AEW it's 10 or unlimited a lot of the time.
Yeah, they announced 10, but then people would stay in the ring, and it's like, are they sure this isn't a tornado tag? Are they sure? And it's just dives galore.
Okay.
When you make a tag, the non-legal man, what are they doing?
They should be getting out of the ring, shouldn't they?
Oh, the non-legal man should be holding the tag rope.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the little
That doesn't exist in all the tag matches. It only exists in an FTR match.
Right.
So that,
What's an FTR match?
that's
So,
the
do you remember
revival.
The revival from NXT.
Right. Okay.
He's like, nope.
Oh God.
So, yeah. And, just put Cody as Jeff Jarrett. Remember Jeff Jarrett? Imagine him being
Yeah.
Cody. Yep. You get
Wow.
that. And Sting is there, so that's a familiar face. And you're going to be comfortable with knowing that Sting is doing exactly what he did when he was in WCW, and that's absolutely nothing, and watching things go bad.
Can't wait.
Expect JR, and for some reason you're going to be agreeing with JR even though you don't want to, about how they should be following the rules. And JR's like, well, how are they doing it? And everybody's like, they don't have to, it's AEW. And he's like, ugh.
Just seeing Ross react to the basic tag premise, it's going to be funny to see his reaction after a whole episode of this nonsense. By the way, this is typed as the best tag team division in the world.
Alright, okay. I like tag wrestling.
Do you like
tag wrestling
dives,
sticks
though?
to the rules, though.
Yeah, do you like dives? Suicide dives,
within reason.
topes.
Not too many.
Okay, you're going to get too many on this show.
You're going to get too many.
It's like someone that gets a salad and was like, yeah, can I have a salad? Yeah. You want dressing? Just a little bit, a little light. Easy on the dressing. All right. Like, you got any more? Give me another 2. Those are dives.
It's like what they do in Subway. When you go Subway, you're like, oh, a little bit of mayo. And
Yeah.
then it's like, nope. No.
We're going to keep diving.
Oh, God.
Alright. I look forward to seeing your reaction to AEW on the first time. I know we're being a little harsh. Sometimes they're really good shows, to be honest. But then sometimes they go really off the rail.
No, sometimes there is just one match that saves the entire show.
Right, okay. Let's hope there's one this week, shall we?
Eric, you are welcome to, as well, join the show. We can have a 4-person Thursday show to cover the Wednesday Night Wars.
Which hopefully means Saturday show is like 10 minutes.
Normally,
Eric will have got all his hate out and won it on Thursday, that he won't have to repeat it on Saturday when the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast returns.
Yeah, it'll be 30 minutes of him talking about AEW. NXT? I got about 5. What show did you enjoy more? NXT. I just have to talk about everything that happened on AEW. It's just a million things. They're not doing wrestling right.
My boy Billy Gunn's on AEW, so that's the plus for me immediately.
Your boy.
Yes. And all his kids.
And his kid.
Yeah, if you want, see, they give you one thing you may like. Let's say you like Billy Gunn. You get Billy Gunn, but now you get Billy Gunn's entire family, and they're called the audience.
Yeah, they're the audience. They don't do anything.
They just sit there and they cheer. In the crowd.
One of his sons collects Sheeta's jacket. That's all his role is in that company.
How prominent is Dean Ambrose on these shows, whatever he's called now?
He just made his comeback last week after taking a couple of weeks off.
He's on a very
Dean Ambrose.
He's on a very light schedule.
It's never centered around particularly one guy. It's not like a WWE kind of Raw show where it's like Drew McIntyre is the champion and then you'll see Drew McIntyre throughout the show.
Right.
You don't normally tend to get that because they've got too much going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Dean Ambrose. John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, whatever he goes by these days, is probably not going to be on the show this week.
Okay.
He's like on once every 2 or 3 shows, to be honest. Like, he has a very light schedule.
Okay.
Well, their roster's too big anyway, so they have to focus on other people as well. They've kind of booked themselves. They're kind of becoming Raw, if you think about it.
I'm looking at the roster now. It's bloody massive.
Yeah. But speaking of which, guys, if they are too big, you're going to also notice that all the wrestlers are really small. And if you think they are small, or aren't small, check out our YouTube channel show, Marcus Fights the AEW Locker Room, in which we go over the roster and decide if I can beat them up in a fight.
That was a unique show that was filmed directly after one of these shows, and you could tell how tired both of us was.
But it's basically just me talking shit about how small these guys are, and I can fight them all. Just throw them out the way. It's like, yo, Ross, you being 6'7", I think you get to the whole roster. I think did see a tiny boy in the ring of
AEW last week, so I'll definitely take him.
Wait, which one? Brody Lee's son or the actual Marco's son?
I've no idea. He had a mask on, whoever that kid is.
Oh yeah, that's Brody Lee's son.
That's Brody Lee's
I'll
son.
take him. He's probably feeling bad right now as well, so I'll definitely take him.
Oh, dang. With that being said, well, I guess we'll end the show with that. Anyway, I have nothing else to say. I'm Marcus, the grand finale. I want to thank Ross for joining as well, by the way. And this is, I don't know how I'm doing this outro. God, I don't know how to end the show. I don't know how to end the show. I'm Marcus, the grand finale. And I'm joined by
Lord Manny Hayes. And
me!
light skin unbib.
I would call you Other Manny.
I used to write in as Johnny Kashmere. You can call me Johnny Kashmere if you want. Remember, murder is murder. Doesn't matter if you're Ben or OJ.
There it is! Throwback!
There it is.
There it is! Well, it kind of does matter if you're Benoit or OJ if you think about it now. No, it doesn't. It still doesn't.
I remember my email sign off was the biomedic that was epidemic.
It was.
Fit in right now, mate.
One day I'm going to send in an email to the show just to join the group, guys. And being more powerful than the time machine, guys. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Deuces. Oh, wait, I didn't even put the goodbye logo up. All right. Oh, no! That doesn't even work. Oh, God, I broke the show. Whatever. So long, everybody.